Hey there everybody, it's Mikkel here again, week number 2. We've got quite a bit of framing work done this week. We're close to finished on the first floor. Still have some more to finish off here in the basement, but we've still got quite a bit of stuff done this week. The purpose of these videos are just not as a log, but also to kind of show you some of the pointers if you're doing something at home in the similar vein, just so you can see some of the details. This is a perfect example of a house that's been completely gutted, so you can see, like I was saying, the skeleton of it. You can see all the different parts that we're putting it back together and how it should be put back together. So this week on the first floor we framed up the new bathroom. We finished off putting in the framing for the pocket door. We have a new 2-foot cased opening upstairs, a detail that allows us to bring our ducting for the HVAC up through the floor, and we're making a bit of an architectural feature out of that. You see the 2 lally columns behind me were installed, and also the new stairs in for the basement, and we're working on putting the stairs in up to the 2nd floor. So let me give you a bit of a show around and talk a little. So you can see here from this video that we have 2 lally columns. Each lally column has its own beam. If you look on the left hand side here, this beam here is carrying the load for the 1st floor. Okay. Now the reason for the 2nd lally column is that we have a beam upstairs that's offset by about 7 inches. So we have a wider opening going from the 1st floor to the 2nd floor. So our beam is 7 inches further east or to the right, so we need to make sure that we have a good connection from the underside of our beam all the way down through the 1st floor, all the way down here to the footing. Okay, so you see from the last shot there, what I have is I have some, on the left hand side we have the lally column sitting directly under the beam, or the beam directly on top of the lally column. On this side here, because we don't have a beam in the basement, what I have is some 2x8 blocking that basically takes up the slack or the gap in the floor above us. So you need to have a solid connection from the underside of your beam all the way through. You can't have any voids of any sort, because it just means that the load from the beam is not being fully supported. So see at the other end here we also have the two lally columns. Again, the one on the left being supporting this beam directly. The one on the right we have here is at the moment sitting directly under a floor joist and some blocking, and we're going to block that out on the other side too. So let's have a look at the next step. I just want to show you the outline of our old stairs. These were the stairs that came down into the basement previously. You can see that. You can see the outline on the brick there, going all the way up. And then what you have there is, like we showed you last week, the floor joists with the plywood over the top that form the floor to our bathroom. And here we have our new set of stairs. Okay, so these go up into the 1st floor. They're going to be into a closet. So getting upstairs, you can have a separation between the 1st floor dining room area and the downstairs basement. Just briefly want to talk a little bit about stair rise and tread. Obviously, if you're building a set of stairs for yourself at home, you know, your version of ideal may be different than somebody else's, and given that we have limited space down here between the 1st floor and the basement, we basically have to divide our total height by a comfortable number so that we end up with a rise in the range of 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches is generally probably the ideal rise if you're looking at it. but we have 7 13/16 here, so we're about 5/16 higher than ideal, but you know, given our height, we didn't really have a lot of choice, and if we decided to put another tread in, we would end up going further into what's going to become our parting wall later on. So you're making the best choice possible given the site that you have. So let's go upstairs to the first floor and give you a bit of a view around what's been done. So you can see here that, I don't know how clear that is there to you, but that's our bathroom that's been framed up over there. Take you a little closer, you can see up, it's basically, you can see too where our beam here from the first floor to the second floor is supported by a 4x4 post, and then that post is sitting in the bathroom wall, which is being loaded directly down onto the lally column below. You can see too from this shot that we don't have one straight wall, and that's basically to accommodate some furniture in the kitchen. A little closer. So if I show you the bottom plate detail, you can see this one piece of plate that's sticking out there. That is going to be for the wall oven on the kitchen side, and then next to that we have another instep, and that's going to be for the pantry. So again, trying to make best use of the space at hand. Here's our doorway into the bathroom, and in the bathroom in here you can see, so this is the party wall, this is the next door neighbours, and this is our soil stack that currently is going up and out through the roof, acting as a vent. This is the old chimney in the corner there, and we've got a little detail where we're trying to strap around that. This will eventually become the shower with the air hoses there. We're going to cut that out, have a detail. The tiled floor is going to come out and into the shower, so there's going to be a curbless shower in here. Not a lot else to see in here at the moment, but here's another view of our connection between our post and our beam. So again, you see the one on the right hand side, that is the post, the beam, sorry, that is offset from the one downstairs. So we've got about 7 inches between the two beams, and that one there follows in a continuous line all the way down through into the floor and then down to the alley column into the footing. And the one on the left hand side is eventually going to carry our third floor beam, so we're going to have another post up there going to the next floor, and we have a continual line of support from the third floor right the way down to the basement. Turn around. I just want to show you the pocket door we started looking at last week. We didn't have any of the framing in, so you can see these metal, they look like metal studs, but they're basically, it's a metal channel wrapped around a 1x2, and you can see the 2 studs there. The gap in between is designed to allow the door to slide in between those and in the wall. So I can come out here, easier to see from the garden room. So this is our opening for the door. This is what you will see. The door will be in there, and then on the left hand side there is what eventually will become wall. So the sheetrock will eventually be fixed and screwed to that. And if you have a little look here at these metal studs, you can see these little slots in the studs. Now behind that slot is the wood, and the idea for that is that we have to attach some trim to the edge of that, and that those slots are there so that when we actually nail up our trim